Have you ever felt like you wish you never even had a spiritual awakening at all? I know I've felt like that, and this is something that I've been thinking about talking about on the channel for a long time. I wanted to wait until it felt right, and today it feels right, baby. So let's get right into it. I'm not going to waste your time. You feel like you have this curse of ambition, is what I've been calling it to myself. I feel like I have this curse of ambition, and this doesn't even have to necessarily do with only a spiritual awakening. This just happens to be kind of where it stemmed from for me, and where I know it stemmed from for a lot of you guys watching my videos. So basically, you feel like you have this curse almost of wanting better for your life, wanting to maybe follow your passion and do that for a living when maybe there are safer options that seem more realistic, that maybe other people are pushing you towards, or you are pushing yourself towards, just because you believe that is what you should do, but you know deep down that that's not actually what you want to do. So because you're doing the things that you think you should do, you're left with feeling like you're yearning for a different life, and that can feel like a curse, and it can feel like you wish you never even had a spiritual awakening, because you probably experienced a bit of that other side of what your life is right now. You experienced letting go of that identity that's holding you back. Maybe you've fallen back into it now, and that's why you're feeling this way. But you've experienced that other side a little bit, so it can feel like, man, if I never had a spiritual awakening, would I've just been content with my old life and been feeling amazing, and everything would have just been fine that way, and I would have never had to go through all that I've gone through throughout this, spiritual journey, you could call it, that is many times you're not even trying to have a spiritual journey. Most of the time, I'm not even trying to have a spiritual journey. I know I have a YouTube channel talking about it, but I'm not like thinking about it. It's just kind of stuff ends up happening. I kind of go through these things, kind of figure out what not to do, and then come on here and tell you what not to do, and perhaps a little bit of what to do. But I've realized that recently is like when I have these breaks, like I got sick for like a very long time recently, and I probably still am a little bit, and I just realized, like, going through these periods where I feel bad, or I'm screwing up, or I'm like making mistakes, you could call them, or like just doing everything wrong. This is actually great, because I can make videos now and help people now and tell them, like, don't do this, I did that, and this is where it led me. So if you're feeling this way, which I have also felt, understand that you were never going to be fulfilled in that old life that you think you would be content with had you not had a spiritual awakening. You were never going to be content in that life before you had a spiritual awakening. So stop worrying about that. This is the life for you. That wasn't the life for you. And whatever the life for you that is going to be created is, it was meant to happen. You had that spiritual awakening. It makes no sense to worry and say, I wish I never had a spiritual awakening. Why did this happen to me? Why must I have this experience placed upon me? It's actually a gift, and I've said all these things to myself probably at some point in different ways. So I'm not judging you for it. I'm not saying anything like I'm above you. The reason I'm making this video is because I know that this is something I've gone through, so I'm just assuming other people have felt this way, where it's kind of like, why did I have this experience? Kind of sucks, but I've also come around to realize that it's really a gift, and so many things I see in my life through a different lens now because of that experience of having a spiritual awakening, and it's really changed a lot. And You can become very anxious. You can feel like nobody really gets you. You can feel very alone. You can feel like there's no hope. But there is hope. There is hope, and it is possible to actually create that life that you want. And if you're a creative person like me, the worst thing you can do is not create. The worst thing you can do if you're a person that likes doing some other sort of thing is not do that and instead do something else that you feel you should be doing, that seems safer, that seems more realistic, because that will just kind of drag every aspect of your life down. Like, if you're a creative person and you don't create stuff, if I don't make videos, if I don't create in some way, it drives me crazy. And I know I'm not the only one that's kind of like that. That's why a lot of creative people hate school and kind of hate how everything's so by the books. You just have to kind of do things a certain rigid way. And a lot of people that create art and stuff, it's not really seen as a stable career, like painting and stuff like that. And luckily now in the digital age, we've got things like NFTs. People can make digital art and sell for a ton of money, outlandish money. People can make art on YouTube through videos and social media and Instagram, posting pictures and doing art that way, and art in many different forms. Music, you can kind of get your music out easier than ever now with TikTok. Now is the time to create. I'm feeling that, now is the time to create. I would never even have this opportunity not even that long ago. If I was born just a few generations back, I wouldn't have this opportunity to just pull out my camera and speak to the world. But there is a lot of anxiety that comes along with that, though, because you have to worry about what people are going to think of you, and seeing that one negative comment, how's that going to affect you? And I've kind of gotten over that. I've been on here for a while now, so I'm kind of starting to get the hang of things, and this is what I love to do. So I'm going to try and keep this momentum going, because I've realized I have been that person who's creative and has suppressed that in favor of doing things that seem safer, or just letting those things, other responsibilities, hinder me from not doing what I love. And then I got sick right after that, and I've just kind of had like an up and down past couple years going through my spiritual awakening and learning all the things that I shouldn't do, so that now I can make these videos for you to let you know what you should do and what you shouldn't do. And even that, I know I'm still an idiot. I don't really know anything, so don't take me too seriously. It's just kind of my advice that I would have liked to hear when I was going through those certain circumstances. And that is why I started this channel, was to be an inspiration to other people, just as other people inspired me when I first went through this experience. And I'd like to inspire you just by being me, in whatever form that takes, because I feel like I'm a different person all the time. I'm always growing, evolving. And I know I've kind of rambled, but it's been a while. So for those of you who've been missing me, hopefully you've stuck around. I know I've been missing you guys. As always, we got the Higher Self meditation. We got the Moldavite giveaway. In order to rise from its own ashes, a phoenix first must burn. Universal crystals forever.
I don't really care if you cry. I don't really shouldn't have lied. Should've saw the way she looked me in my